Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the DeTalented podcast. As always, we're super excited to be here. I am Brian DeTalented, your host. And as always, I am with my super talented good buddy, Mr. Jimmy DeTalented. Jimmy, say hi.
You said super talented. That threw me off.
What, because your last name?
No, I've never heard you refer to me as super talented.
Well, I try to come up with something new every week.
Oh, that's what it was.
Whether it's true or not.
I'm here.
You know, that's kind of.
I'm here, and it's warm outside.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I thought about you today. I walked outside for lunch, and I was like, man, it's hot. Jimmy's like loving life right
It's
now.
on.
But you've never probably been walked outside today.
No, I didn't.
You work from home, and you
I
get to
did.
just kind of sit there. Man, I'm
I guess. Yeah.
back in the trenches.
Yeah, man.
You know,
Yeah.
back at it. Well, super excited tonight, man. We are not alone in the studio. We have a special guest with us, Mr. Scott Lindsey. Scott, say hi to everybody, man.
Hi to everybody, man.
That's perfect.
All right.
What a good,
Love it.
What a good hello, man. This guy's gonna fit right in, isn't he? So, man, Scott is a musician from Whitesville, Kentucky. Correct?
Originally from Beaver Dam, but yeah.
You know what? I
Yeah.
read that, man.
Yeah.
I've spent some time in Beaver Dam. That's a pretty cool little place.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, there was a church up there that we would go visit. Like an old school church, but I remember that that small. It's kind of small, but you're getting kind of towards You're headed toward Eastern Kentucky when you get out there in Beaver Dam, man.
Yeah,
and, Eastern.
There's a lot of Eastern Kentucky implants in Beaver Dam.
Yeah,
my mama's from Hazard.
Oh, now that is Eastern
man,
Kentucky.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We met. So, man, real quick story. This is about you, but I'll tell you just real quick. Me and a buddy of mine were doing some four-wheeling. We're riding ATVs, and we went to some place in Eastern Kentucky. And man, we had a couple guys, like, we were talking, and they were like all nice and cool. But then eventually the conversation went to, and we were like 12 or 13 years old. We weren't even men. And eventually the conversation was that you boys realize you'll just disappear out here. Like nobody will ever find you. Like, it's like, wow. We're like, man, we better ride off into the sunset, man.
Yeah.
Dude.
It kind of scared you a little bit.
It was a little creepy, especially being a kid. But man, you've done some pretty cool stuff, which I got to read a lot about because when we first talked, I knew you did, and we'll talk about it, the Yellowstone collaboration with Kevin Costner, which because of you, I now know Kevin Costner. I didn't know Kevin Costner sang at all.
Yeah, surprisingly, a lot of people didn't know that.
Yeah, and did he do that song? Let me make an admission. I haven't finished Yellowstone. Have you?
No, I stopped somewhere about midway through. I think.
We were so into it. And I love the show. I don't know. I honestly don't have a good
No good
excuse
reason.
as to why
No
we
good
didn't
reason I
finish
stopped,
it. But,
yeah.
So was that toward the end of the show? Is that when he did that?
Season 3 is when he did that.
Well, no, man, I was still watching then.
Yeah.
Because the song is called "I Can't Stop Loving You," right?
Won't Stop Loving
Won't
You.
Stop
Yeah.
Loving You. So it's good, man. I listened to it a little bit, and I was like, man, I like it. And so I was actually listening to a lot of your music. But then in reading, I found out that you've also done some music for the show Monarch, and you wrote songs for Blackstone Cherry.
Yep.
Man, tell us a little bit about your background and what you've done and your career and now even leading up to, which I think is really cool, is you're a teacher. So kind of walk us through that.
Well, it's a series of bad decisions, maybe. That has led me to where I'm at today. I went to Nashville originally. Well, I was raised around the business. My dad wrote with a guy named Tommy Collins, who wrote New Patches and lots of other songs. New Patches by Mel Tillis and Roots of My Raisin Run Deep by Merle Haggard.
Okay.
And my dad wrote with Tommy all the time. We go fishing. Johnny Russell was around. Johnny Russell wrote Act Naturally,
Yeah.
So those guys were always around, and of course I was raised right there in Beaver Dam, Rosine's right up the road. All that bluegrass. That's where Bill Monroe's from.
Okay. Yep.
So, and I got a cousin that's a Hall of Fame thumb picker. So he was always around. So I was always around it. I didn't know him better. So when I graduated high school, I went to Belmont. I studied classical and jazz guitar at Belmont, and I just stayed in Nashville after that. I started because I'd always written. And I was trying to be a guitar player for other artists, and the writing just kept leading me that way, you know,
Sure.
because I kept getting more opportunities with writing. So I focused more on that, and I got a couple small cuts. You know, cuts are when other artists record your songs. That's called a cut. And then I got a publishing deal. You know, a publishing deal is when somebody pays you to write songs. So I got my first publishing deal, and I was writing with people like Josh Osborne, who's one of the biggest writers in the world now. And then it just eventually led to my first artist deal, and I had a top 40 song with "You Only Call Me When You're Drunk" in 2009, 2010, and then I did a show with Aldine. Done some stuff with Chris Young, done stuff with Clint Black, and just all kinds of opportunities. After
Legend.
that. Yeah, and got to know the Headhunters. Did a show with the Headhunters and got to know them really well. And then the Bellamy's, I got to know the Bellamy's really well. They're some of my best friends in the business.
I seen you did some writing for them, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. They recorded one of my songs, and then it just kind of took off from there. The TV stuff came a calling around that time. You remember the show called was it Turtle Man?
Oh yeah,
Turtle Man.
Heck
Yeah, man, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put one of my songs in that TV show, and since then I've had probably about 7 songs in TV shows and things
That's awesome.
since then. So
That's really cool.
yeah, and my relationship with the Kentucky Headhunters led to Blackstone Cherry, because John Fred Young, the drummer of Blackstone Cherry, is Richard Young's son
Okay.
of the Headhunters.
Oh, I didn't know that. I did not know
Richard
that.
Young he's the drummer in.
No, he's the guitar player.
Guitar
He's
player.
long hair,
Okay.
guitar player, and the Headhunters.
Who are the brothers? Ricky Lee Phelps.
Yeah, the Phelps boys.
He ended up running sound for me one time. This has been about 25 years ago in a band that I was in when we played up in Hendersonville at a little place that used to be was it Twitty City?
Oh yeah.
There's a little place. It was like a coffee shop or something that was in front of that. It was for a Christian band, and Carmen. Remember the band? They remember Carmen?
Oh yeah.
He had like his Porsche or something was in this, and it was a very nice little. It was like a Christian club, but for some reason Ricky Lee Phelps was there, and we didn't have a sound man, so he ran sound for us. I thought that
cool.
was pretty cool.
That is cool, man.
Yeah, he's a good dude, man.
That's cool that led to Blackstone Cherry, because they're a rock band,
Yeah.
right? You know, they're, and so you wrote for them too, correct? Is that what?
Yeah, I wrote the song with them. It was actually a song that I already had, and they wanted me to get together and finish it with them.
Okay.
You know, to make it fit them. So
But it was a song you'd already written.
yeah.
So they rockified it.
Well, it was already a rock.
It was
song.
already rockified.
I wrote
So
it
you-
for another rock artist, a
Okay.
female rock artist.
So
to be
you're no
exact.
you're no respecter of genres.
I cross. Matter of fact, I got a song coming out this month that I wrote with up and coming rock artist. From everything I hear, it's going to be huge.
Cool,
you know?
man.
And
Cool.
I mean, it's rock.
Yeah,
you know?
one thing about us is like we love. I don't know what it is, but we're both into the artists that kind of come from writing. Love Stapleton, who was a writer. Nobody knew Stapleton, and he started writing these songs, and people are like, you know, the whole deal with Justin Timberlake and everything. But
Well, he's a Kentucky guy. Did your paths ever cross?
Yeah. We used to play places like the Spillway in Bowling Green.
okay, yeah,
Together, you know, there's a couple times I'd be playing Friday, he'd be playing Saturday. There's a couple times I'd be playing, you know, from 7 to 9, and he'd be playing the later show.
the later
you know.
show, yeah. And then of course we both like Hardy, you know.
Yeah.
And
our
writes a
paths
ton.
crossed a few times, and we were never. I'm not going to say we were big buddies, you know, but
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, that's funny. You're
But
different than Jimmy. Jimmy seen him in the mall one time, and now he says they're best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I helped him write.
We're old fishing buddies.
Parachute.
I take it all back. Me and Stapleton, we're old fishing buddies.
Yeah, don't let me cross your path. We're friends forever.
Yeah, he seen Kip Winger at a bar one time. And he was
No,
like,
Chris Kipwing was sitting at my seat in the pancake pantry.
oh,
yeah.
okay, that's what it was.
Went bowling with Keith Urban. I still hang my hat on that.
Now
I'll tell you that story.
that's true. We actually
Yeah,
looked
it's
it
all
up
true.
and showed video of that.
Yeah.
And that was just like you just lucked
Well,
into
my
that,
my
right?
buddy played drums for him, and we were just hanging around, and they needed somebody to fill in the gaps
Tim?
for a show. Tim Horsley.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Tim used to play for him.
That is
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Well,
I did a few sessions back. Let me get up here in the mic. I did a few sessions back when I just got out of college, and I played guitar on a couple sessions, and Keith Urban was the other guitar player on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
I still got those recordings.
Yeah. I wouldn't get rid of
He's a
those.
great player, man.
Oh,
He is,
he's a
man.
fantastic player.
It's so weird that he's Australian.
Yeah.
Can I say that?
Yeah.
It really is.
Well,
because
I think it's weird that anybody's
I
Australian.
know, right? But just a country, because it always it always amazes me when you have these guys with these rich country voices, like you got that rich country grained in country voice.
Yeah.
Keith Urban's got that country sounding voice, not that deep one like you got, but he's got that country sounding voice.
Yeah.
And then when he talks, he's like, "What's up, mate?" It's
Yeah.
just like completely different. It's like, wow, man, it's so strange that they how
They
differently
can sing in a different
I know.
accent. You know.
Just lose that
Well,
accent.
you know,
as soon
Mel
as they sing.
Tillis stuttered.
Yeah. Oh,
until
dude.
he
But he
sang.
didn't when he
I've
sang.
heard of
That's-
that.
Yeah.
I've heard of that
Yeah.
a lot, though.
Yeah.
You know, there's a Christian artist like that. I can't remember his name, but he got pretty big a few years ago, and he had like horrific stutter. But dude, when he sang, nothing. Isn't that wild? That's a brain. That's a brain thing, a wiring thing is what that is. But it's really cool. It kind of reminds me of Jimmy's grandfather. We just all called him Poppy. And at the end of his life, he had Alzheimer's real bad.
Mm-hmm.
And like he couldn't remember our names or nothing. He would say stuff like, I know you, I know you're good. But dude, he would literally say,
My
"Hey,"
wife said that very thing to me yesterday.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I know you.
Yeah.
And you got a key to the house,
Yeah.
but I'm really...
You know what he would say is, "Hey, give me that thing over there." And what he was talking about was his banjo.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we would hand him his banjo, and dude, he would go to picking.
Go to town.
Like
Muscle memory.
Yep,
That's it.
absolutely,
Yeah.
man. It was really cool. I'll never forget that. I tell that story a lot, don't
Yeah.
I? But man, I'll never forget. That's one of the things that impressed me the most in life. Was like, man, poor Poppy couldn't remember our name, but he remembered how to pick that banjo, didn't
Sure
he?
did.
And he didn't play his guitar or nothing after that, did he?
No, because I took the.
You took the J200,
He had a beautiful 1975 J200 that I kind of borrowed, inherited, and just kept. And I've beat it up. I feel bad. He'd be like, it's not pretty anymore. When I got it, it was pristine.
Well, it's
You've
been
been
played.
using it though, right?
It's been put to use. I'll never get rid of it, and I hope my kids never get rid of it. So
I don't think nobody will.
So then you were in Belmont, and you graduated Belmont, and you decided just to stay down in town, huh?
Yeah, I graduated from MTSU. I took a road gig with an artist who shall go unnamed.
All right.
Took a road gig with an artist, and after, I don't know, 6 months out on the road, I was like, you know what? I think I just want to go back to town and finish up school and focus more on songwriting, maybe being my own artist, And so my parents had been paying for college up to that point, and they said, deal was, you left school, so it's on you now.
Yeah.
So MTSU was cheaper.
I was going to say, let's start looking at the options here on the cost.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So I finished up down there, but oddly enough, it was a lot of the same instructors.
Yeah.
So
A friend of mine is a professor at Belmont now, and I don't want to speak out of turn, but I thought he had done some work at MTSU as well.
Mm-hmm.
But he's at Belmont now.
yeah.
And he was actually at the Visible School for a while over in Memphis, if you're familiar with that. But now he's over at Belmont. Things have changed a lot down there in town in the last few years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole town is really just a mess.
Yeah.
It's nothing like it was when I went there, and I think originally I went there in 1994, 95.
Yeah.
And
I spent a lot
I
of time
should have went down there
there
and bought a bunch of property.
I
That's what
know,
should've done.
right?
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time down there in the early 2000s, and even
Yeah.
from the early 2000s, I say even, that's 20 years ago. From early 2000s to now, it's so different.
Yeah. I watched them build the Batman building.
Yeah,
I watched them build the football stadium.
yeah,
I saw the tornado tear the football stadium down.
Yeah.
When it was half built.
Yeah.
And watched them rebuild it all. I was there for all that.
yeah.
I lived in the riverfront apartments right downtown.
Okay.
Right on the
What's
river.
crazy now is Broadway, man.
Oh, it's unrecognizable.
Yeah,
than
it's
what,
like,
than what it
wow,
was.
man. I just happened to be watching some video of it the other day. Dude, I was watching YouTube, and here's how boring I am. I literally watched a guy. Somehow I clicked on this video of this dude talking about driving I-24. And so he chronicled a lot of what was on I-24 and the cities are in it. And so he showed some footage of like Broadway and stuff. And I was like, man, that, like we said, we went down there a lot. We would just drive to Nashville and just to hang out and go to music stores or whatever. And like it, man, I've not been to Broadway since it's been wild like that. But dude, it looked like it's absolutely nuts.
It is. It's crazy.
Goodness.
It is, yeah.
It looks like New York City or something, man.
It's L.A. in the 80s is what it is.
Yeah, it really is.
It's just pure decadence.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they keep tearing down all these old historic like studios and putting up condos. And
Yeah.
So then you were downtown on the river. How far away were you from Soundcheck? Were you close to Soundcheck?
Soundcheck was closer up to Music Row.
Yeah.
But yeah, I spent a lot of time there. You're talking about the rehearsal.
I'm talking about the rehearsal space because it's down near the river.
Yeah. See, I was just on the other side of 65 from it.
Okay.
You know,
I
you
played
got
a few
the
showcases
split,
there.
65 split as you're coming into town, and you got that. I was downtown, and it is closer up to 65.
So were you around when everything got flooded?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was down there, but it wasn't very far. I could have, of course, I would have had swam in the river, but I could have walked there. You know,
Could have threw a rock at it.
Yeah.
So then, after you graduate from MTSU, did you immediately get a publishing deal, or did you start gigging? What did you start doing?
I started gigging some in town. I was never one to do a lot of things in Nashville. I did a year and a half at Tootsie's, me and Josh Osborne back in my college days. But there was just never any money there. There's no money to be made.
Yeah.
You know, especially back then. And so I was always playing out of town, you know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I don't know if that was to my detriment or what, but I love playing music, and everybody's like, well, if you love it, it's not about the money. But everything's about the money.
You got to be about the money.
Yeah. Everything's about the money.
You know, that makes sense what you just said. Like even like, you know, like Jelly Roll's from Nashville, but they said he played up here almost every weekend here in Evansville, like a Marina Point, you know.
Yeah.
They're probably, you know, because it was probably so hard, and it was probably harder for him then because he wasn't even country then. You know, he was in the whole hip hop game.
He was the rap thing.
Yeah, but you know, still, I definitely know that's probably true. I mean, there's just there's so many acts there.
Yeah,
like you know, people stop. You just mentioned L.A. L.A. pretty much did move to Nashville. Mm-hmm. Me and him went to L.A. maybe 9 years ago now, I think it was. But you know, we wanted to go to see some of the stuff, and so we went to like the Hollywood Bar and Grill or the Rainbow Bar and Grill, and we went to like where Johnny Depp's club, and we went to the Whiskey A Go Go. We just wanted to see all those places. But when we went to the Rainbow Room, we found this. There was a for the lack of a better term, she's still like a barmaid, right? So she's a bartender, but you could tell she's either been there forever or they hired their equal opportunity employer because she was in her probably 60s at least then at that point. And we walked in and we kind of looked at where Lemmy had sat. This was after Lemmy had died. And we were like, man, we seen there was pictures of her on the wall when she was young. And we were like, we'd like to hear some stories. And she's like, you guys move your stuff down here and set where I'm working. And dude, she told us everything. We got a lot of firsthand information about what went on at the Rainbow Bar and Grill, where people sat, what went on, about the upstairs room, about parties and things that went on afterwards. It was crazy. But she said at some point, college kids started coming in and just ruined it to where all the bands were like, we're done with this. We're not, we're not going to do it like the,
But then the whole scene changed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then grunge came in and killed it all, man.
Yep.
So, so then, okay, you gigged out of town.
Well, now saying that, I did play like the Wild Horse Saloon, and I've done several things. I've done several shows at like the Bluebird Cafe.
Yeah.
It depends on where it's at. And there's a place called the Local in town. Now they've been there several years now, and if I do something in town, it's there.
The Local, is it heading out West End more?
Yeah, I think on 25th out by Vanderbilt out in there.
Man, I think I've played there. I
Yeah.
played there on one of the like a showcase night. Several bands.
Good buddy of mine, Jeff Reed, owns that place.
Okay.
And, yeah, it's so if you're in Nashville, that's probably the coolest place to go.
We played there. Did a full band set there.
And I'm not on salary with Jeff to say that.
I
It's
gotcha.
not, you know,
We
it's
used to play.
It's a free plug.
We used to play the. Did you ever play the End?
Yeah.
I was in a rock band. We used to play the End a lot. Right across, not as cool as the Exit End.
Yeah.
Across the street, but we played the End a lot. That was a really cool room. A lot of people had been through there. A lot of rock bands had been through there at the time. So then, okay, not only did you play, but how did you get your first publishing deal?
My first publishing deal came after, right around the same time, I'll say, as my first artist deal. I had signed with the Warner Brothers company out of Philadelphia, and we had released a song called "You Only Call Me When You're Drunk." It's a love song, you know.
Sounds like it, yeah.
And it was climbing the charts, and social media wasn't then what it is now.
Sure.
Right.
So I was starting to get some radio traction and things, and they offered me a pub deal, you know. So so I took that, which basically means they give me a stipend every month, and they keep
how many songs,
they keep everything else.
How many songs do you have to turn in a year?
The equivalent of 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then if you were a co-writer, then you had to.
Yeah. I mean,
pump in more.
if you're writing with, you know, if you write everything with one co-writer, you got to turn in 24 songs.
Yeah.
You know, it's math. You know, so it was all right deal. You know, I mean, it was all right. I can't complain too much about it. It just nothing else really happened after You Only Come When You're Drunk. Partly because it was going good. We were in the top 40, and I done a run out west, you know, and came home and walked to the office. I was going to check in at the office before I came home to Beaver Dam. I still live in Beaver Dam at that time, and we were sitting at number 38 with a bullet, you know, and they were putting stuff in boxes, you know, including my stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the main investors had pulled his money out and wanted to go a different direction with it, you know. So everything fell apart after that with the first deals, you know. So then I just came back home to Beaver Dam, and I was working some construction with my dad, you know, and continuing to write and continuing to gig, and then I started getting some traction with some writing again, and I got offered that second pub deal with.
So then your pub deal went away with your artist deal as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the pub deal and the writer and the artist deal was the same.
Yeah, they were tied
with
together.
Warner. Is that right? You said
through,
Warner.
through a division
Of Warner.
Yeah.
Okay. I gotcha. So then, did you have the opportunity?
a very small division.
No, I understand. I understand. So, did you have any cuts on any other artist albums with that pub deal?
I had some Texas stuff going on. I had several artists cutting my songs in Texas at the time,
like the Red Dirt Road.
Yeah,
vibe.
and I didn't know a whole lot about it, and I had like 4 songs in the top 10 in Texas at the same time.
They have their own charting system down there, which is crazy.
Yeah, so I went on a radio tour with Jesse and Noah Bellamy, was one of the David Bellamy's sons.
Okay.
They were one of the artists that had one of my songs on the charts down there, and I went on a radio tour with them down through there, and they were interviewing them, and then they find out who I am and the songs that I had on the charts, and you know, they'd wind up interviewing me too, you know, and saying, hey, you need to come to Texas, be an artist and everything. And I thought about it for years and years. I'd go back and forth with it because they'd tell me to come down there, and then I'd actually start looking into it, and they got a lot of rules about that. You know, you got to be from Texas or Oklahoma, and to get any real significant airplay, and it's just a lot of rules, you know. And I was like, I don't know if I want to put money into taking that chance or not. So, but it was cool that they had, you know, all my songs on the charts down there. I've had several songs on the Americana charts too. You know, I've had I want to say I've had a number one with You Only Come When You're Drunk.
Yeah.
A guy named Buck Jones cut it. And he got killed, unfortunately, not long after he released it. But I think it went number one after he passed. Now, I could be wrong about that. I do know it was in the top 5.
Yeah.
You know.
Cool.
I know that for a fact. But and that's based out of Texas, or it was at the time, you know. So I had a lot of stuff going on down there. So I kept looking that way, but I never went.
Never did go.
Yeah.
Did you do any shows down there at all?
Yeah. I played Antone's
Okay.
in Austin, where Steve Ray Vaughan got his
Yeah.
start. I did a show down there with Ray Wiley Hubbard.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of who all was on that show. Walt Wilkins was on that show.
Yeah. A buddy of mine had done some writing with Walt Wilkins.
Yeah. And who else was on that show? Delbert McClinton was on that show.
Wow.
And Steve Ray's brother, what's his name?
Jimmy.
Yeah, they were all on that show.
Yeah.
And a couple, Brandon Ryder, a couple of new Texas artists at the time.
Okay.
You know, and there was this guy hanging around named Cody Jinks at the time.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't
Just getting going, probably.
Yeah, he was just getting going, and he was talking to all of us, and you know, I'm sure he don't remember it, but you know, he's gotten so big now, and I hear his name so much that I remember it. You know, it's like, wow,
You know,
I should have latched on to him.
Right. I saw something on an interview. He said that in 1 year's time, he went from being in debt, I think, into the hundreds of thousands of dollars to having over $1 million in his bank account in that 1 year.
Yeah,
You know, man, that's the
Turned it
thing about
around for him.
music, man. It is it's cool because you get so many experiences. I mean,
Yeah.
like the experiences like that you're talking about, like you can't trade those in. You can't really buy them.
can't sell them either.
Yeah, right. Well, that's what I was gonna say. When it comes to when it comes to like big money in music, like it's so like dependent upon like a single break, like
Yeah.
like a something breaks for you. Like you said, you had everything breaking for you, and then someone makes a decision,
Yeah.
and because of their decision, I want to change my mind on something. And I've seen him go through it, and it sounds just like you've had all these things, but like I said though, you've experienced you've experienced things that most people will never get to experience, and met and got to hang out with people, that most people will never get to. If Jimmy sees him, they're his best friend. But
Yeah.
Is that the guy? Is he on it, or was he just a DJ at that time? Sorry, I squirrel.
no, you're
momented.
squirreling. That's all right.
That's that was the local.
Oh.
I was trying to. You probably can't see him from behind. He just maybe he was the promoter that night.
Yeah, that doesn't look like Jeff.
But that was back in. Oh man, that was 2018. This is the spot though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's funny.
yeah.
Sorry, squirrel moment. It just popped in my
All right.
head.
No, it's all good. You've done a little bit in Texas. Did you ever do the South by Southwest thing?
No, they've talked to me. They were talking to me about that doing it this year, but it never came to be because couldn't get the money to
Yeah.
make sense. you
Yeah.
know?
Well, you know what's funny? I did play South by Southwest. I played during South by Southwest, and I can't remember the venue. But anyways, that's not the story. The story is
I once played during the Grammys.
I know, thousands of miles away. We were in town, but it was just not a sanctioned South by Southwest event. But the year that we got accepted and we were going to play at the Saxon. I don't know if you know where that's at. Our booking agent had booked it for us. COVID hit.
Yeah.
And it was the first time in however many years that South by Southwest had been established. That was the first year they ever canceled.
Yeah.
And I was heartbroken.
Yeah. COVID really hit my musical career hard too.
Yeah.
Because I was in a band. My second record deal and second publishing deal was with a company called Nashvilleans, and we had a group and we were really starting to make some good noise. I don't know if you get a chance, go listen to the Nashvilleans album.
I like that name.
I co-wrote the whole album, and a lot of the TV placements that I've gotten have been stuff we wrote for that band. But I mean, they had us out. We were all over the country. We shot a video in Utah, out in the desert in Utah, and then we shot another video in Hollywood, in a big mansion there in Hollywood, and we had movie stars in the video with us. What is her name? Grant, Seth Green's wife, Claire Grant.
Okay.
Yeah, she was in our video, and I mean, we were right there, and then COVID.
Yeah, man.
We were about to release the song that we just recorded the video for in Hollywood, right? And came home. We were set to go on a tour in April, and they shut the whole world down in March.
Yeah, let me hear. Let me lose us some viewers. And
we just never recovered from that.
Yeah, not that it wasn't awful. I know some people died, but man, they totally wrecked people's lives for what for most people was a cold, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was awful, and and it hit you in multiple ways because you was getting ready to go do the whole military thing, right?
Yeah, so we signed up to do a USO tour in the Middle East. I mean, the contracts, we had the contract worksheets, not the contract yet, but the worksheets. We saw all the dates, we saw the money we were going to make, and man, they shut it all down.
Yeah,
it was, I think, 14 dates in 20 days. It was a very intense schedule, and it was all around that Persian Gulf, and then now that shut it all down.
You want to go over there now?
Man, probably not. Probably because some places we were going to be. I was listening to the news. I was like, "Wow, we were going to be there. We're going to be there." But that was a few years ago.
Yeah.
It's getting pretty gnarly over there now.
Oh, they hit Dubai, man.
Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy over there.
Yeah, I hear they're just nailing Tel Aviv now.
Dude, they're gonna do. It's gonna be. I'd say it's gonna be ugly for a while.
Yeah,
it's
unfortunately.
It's gonna be.
So to your point, that was not friendly to a lot of people. A lot of musicians.
And like I said, we just never recovered because when we kept doing podcasts and stuff like that during COVID, and just trying to stay relevant and keep our name out there. But when everything opened back up, everybody hit the road at the same time.
Yeah.
Everybody started touring.
It's like opening
the
floodgates. Yeah.
And we were a new band, you know, and we just couldn't find a spot.
Yeah, man.
We just couldn't find a spot anywhere.
It was terrible.
Even though everybody loved us, If I'm in town now and I'm running anybody and start talking about Nashville, and they're like, dude, y'all were going to be huge if y'all stayed together.
Yeah.
And I was like, we didn't know what to do,
Well,
we didn't know and then it got frustrating and infighting and stuff.
Yeah,
man. But it all stems from that.
Because your hands are so forced at that point where your desperation breeds, all kind of contempt, man. It was just, like I said, it was awful. And it was awful. It was definitely awful for anybody entertainment wise. It was awful for kids who missed out on, there are, how many probably kids would have been like professional athletes that are now working in a factory or something because they didn't get to play their senior. They didn't get to play their junior, senior years.
Yeah.
But
now see people like Morgan Wallen and Bailey Zimmerman, and there's several others. They use that and they did like a daily thing, and they become huge stars.
Yeah, man. That's what I will say too about music these days. And this is another conversation that we have a lot about how much it's changed. From the time we were in, because we're a little old. I'm assuming we're 50. I'm assuming you're probably around us somewhere.
Around that.
All right. And so music. You hit a little bit earlier, man. Like now, so many of these kids and stars they got discovered on social media, or they got discovered on some show like The Voice. Morgan Wallen was on The Voice.
But he didn't do anything.
He didn't, but it did enough to where then they come out. People are like, oh wait, this was the kid on The Voice, but there's always had help. Like I hate them even bringing his name up because I am not a believer, but like Justin Bieber, man, he's one of the biggest stars in the world. Usher found him on YouTube, man. That's where
Yeah, he did. But I will say this for Biebs. He was actually out doing, but he was busking. He was actually out in the street
out
playing. I mean, I'll give that to him. He wasn't in his bedroom. He was
Yeah.
actually out on the street playing.
But they're still filming it. They had this this way to self-promotion became a thing. Self-promotion became like possible for people because of social media, because there's cameras on them. Think about when we were kids. Our phones didn't have cameras because they were still connected to our walls by a cord. Like, we didn't have phones in our pockets with video cameras on
I think we
them.
would have gotten in trouble though.
Yeah,
if
surely.
We would have had
that's us,
that
though.
ability. When we were young.
Yeah, absolutely. But and then just
you would have conformed.
Yeah. then the music industry just flipped so bad. Like you always say, you used to, you would tour to sell your CDs.
Yeah.
And now
you give music away so you can go out and play.
Yeah.
Like
To
that
sell
you make
your
money.
merch.
You make money playing, and you make money at your T-shirt table now.
And you make,
I tell people it's like the 50s, 40s, and 50s again.
Yeah.
The music is just promotion to get people to your show.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
yeah,
it,
sell merch.
I'll tell you what I
So you can
did.
sell them merch.
Yeah.
What I did during that COVID thing, I quit doing the band thing, and I just went out and started playing acoustic stuff. And I've been doing that ever since. I go out. It's myself or my buddy Kevin Minnis. I don't know if you know Kevin Minnis or not. He builds guitars, builds really good guitars.
Really good guitars.
He has his guitars in some hands of some people now who are doing some big things. Well, as a matter of fact, down in Kentucky, have you heard of Old 60? Mm-hmm. Those guys are from somewhere around your area. I forgot.
Yeah.
Some of them from Hawesville.
Hawesville. That's where it is.
Catfish plays a minute.
So this
Catfish is from Rosine.
Okay.
So this guitar.
I've known him since before he was born.
Really?
This hat was a collaboration. I don't know if you see the catfish on it or not. This was a hat was a collaboration between Catfish and Kevin.
Yeah.
So Kevin and Catfish are actually pretty good buddies now. But they're doing really big. They're getting real big.
Yeah.
I know when I talked to them a month or so ago, they were going out with Coetzel. I think they're doing like 10 stadium dates with him this year.
They're good band. They're good band.
They're good, man. The singer, I think he does most of the writing. Jacob, I think his name is. Talented group of kids, man. I say kids. I think they're all in their mid to late 20s. But
to us, they're kids.
I know, right?
That's our kid. That's
They're-
our kids.
They're hitting a good lick, man.
Well, I tell you,
I'm happy for anybody who can find a way to make a dollar in this.
and I
in
think
this business.
where they got a lot of success. What blew them up was TikTok.
Yeah.
I want to say they threw a song out on TikTok that got a lot of momentum.
Was it
I think it was Smoking a Light.
Smoking a Light, yeah.
I didn't know if but my favorite song of theirs is
Brother Joe.
Brother Joe, yeah.
Very well crafted. That's one of
Good
the best
song,
songs
yeah.
in the
It's a
last
good song.
10 years.
Have you heard that track, Brother Joe?
Is that the video where they're all sitting in church?
It is.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
He's a preacher. Was a
Well,
preacher
I
man.
bet that church is somewhere around where you grew up.
Probably.
Well,
yeah.
it's on mile marker 17.
Yeah, that's according to the song, wherever that's at.
But so let's shift a little bit, because now though, because you are doing something cool, man. Now, and it may not. And here's the thing: I know as a musician, it may not. It may not be like what you had dreamed of doing, but you're doing something worthwhile because you're teaching kids.
Yeah. I teach now at St. Mary of the Woods Catholic School down in Whitesville,
right on.
Kentucky.
And you said you're teaching math and
Science and PE.
Science and PE. Okay.
Yeah.
Gym teacher.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, man. Good to have a little bit of fun, man.
Yeah. It's good. I like the people I work with, and I love the kids.
Yeah,
man. I mean, it just kind of fell in my lap when I walked away from the Nashvilleans deal. My pub deal went with that. It's funny how that works.
Right.
You know.
Sure.
But I was just sitting there at the house wondering, what the hell am I going to do now?
Yeah. Right.
And they called me. They called me and said, "Hey, we hear you're looking for work and that you got a college degree." I said, "Yep," and yep.
Yep.
And they offered me the job. I took it. I said,
Yeah.
"Hell, man's got to do something."
Yeah, well, that and like I said, that's awesome, because I know, well, and me, correct me if I'm wrong. So you may be teaching math and PE, but at some point, did I read that right? Were you working with them with some music, the kids? Have you integrated that at all?
Yeah. We've been trying to do a pep band down there.
Okay.
But the student body's just so small right now. Everybody that wanted to do the pep band with me also played basketball. So there was a dilemma, you know. But yeah, I wrote them a fight song, this
Right
year.
on, yeah.
So I think they're going to integrate that next
That's
year
cool.
at ball games. So
That's cool.
yeah.
And so I will. I'll say this. I thought it was so cool, man. I when I grew up, man, I had this teacher named Rob Spear. That's his name, Mr. Spear, and he was a musician, just like you. Had whole life had been a musician. He picked, he came. I don't know if we were his first class. He was, but he came in, I think my 7th grade year, and he was our history teacher, but. He with us. He took us. We wrote a song. Mm-hmm. This tell you how old we are, Trevor, producer Trevor. Big shout out, producer Rick. We know you're burning the midnight oil, man. This one goes out to you. We feel for you, brother. But he came in and he wrote a song with us, and then we sent it over, and it was for the when they were tearing down the Berlin Wall.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And
that's cool.
That song went over there and got some playtime to those.
Did
to those
David
people.
Hasselhoff sing it?
I don't think so.
That'd be cool if
I don't
he did.
think so. But I remember. We did that song and we sent it over there, and it was when all the the unrest was going on. And then I remember in his class, man, we were watching the. I remember watching the video of them tear down the Berlin Wall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. And I remember that. And here's what's really cool. Just a few months ago, maybe when you get older, time gets messed up. This was probably a year or so ago, but me and my wife went to grab some pizza down at it used to be Leon's. What's Leon's now, man? Down on the little pub on Morgan and 41.
That's Lyle's.
Lyle's, that's what it is. We went down there, and there's my 7th grade history teacher up there rocking, man, playing in rock band,
Lyle's, is that right over here on close to
Just straight down Morgan. If you keep going straight down
All
Morgan.
the way-
it's a little bitty place.
Yep,
Yes.
right before
Tiny.
Is it still there?
Yeah.
Yep, still there.
I used to play there,
Yeah.
man.
So it used to be called. What did it used to
It
be?
used to be called. Oh man, that's terrible that I don't remember.
Me too. It's Lyle's now, but it used to be. But I bet you're talking about the same place.
It's right beside like a U-Haul place.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
it's literally, you
Leo's.
could throw a rock at 41.
Yes.
It's right there. And they're starting to bring music back, like really heavy down there.
Yeah.
Like they're playing almost
I
every night
always
of the week
liked
down
that
there.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
spot.
Like I
Yeah.
said, hey, so here, funny fact: 7th grade teacher up there playing, and they had to throw some girl out because she was getting undressed in front of them, right there at Lyle's. I've got the peephole in my brain. It wasn't the peephole. The
No,
peephole still
Peephole's
exists. It's a
down
peephole,
on Main
but it was
Street, yeah.
something. It was some little. It was some little place that was. I just cannot remember what it was called.
Yeah, I'm with you. I can't remember either. But it's Lyle's now, and they still have music down there.
Wow.
So are you gigging anywhere now, or?
Yeah. I've been. I had to lay low for a while. I was dealing with some business stuff.
Gotcha.
Which is another blessing that the teaching job fell in my lap.
Sure.
But yeah, all that's getting resolved now. So I've been getting back out there releasing some of my new music. I've got a song called "Beer's Got Water in It Too," and it's a love song also.
Is that available on Spotify?
Yeah, you can find it on all the streaming services.
Okay.
And I've released a couple of others up to now. I got another one coming out the 6th, and I've been gigging some again, mainly around. I've been doing some here in Evansville at a place called Six Strings.
Oh, yeah,
Six Strings.
Yeah. Benny Sauls was booking me down there,
So
but I don't know if he's there anymore.
Funny enough, Benny Sauls was who that I was through. It was through Benny that we were going to go over to the Middle East.
Yeah.
Benny's a great dude.
Yeah. I got to know Benny first through the Sandy Lee Songwriters Fest over in Henderson.
Yep.
Yeah, some years ago. But yeah, I play there, and I do a lot in Owensboro over at Brasher's.
Okay.
And Tavern 144 over in Owensboro, and I'm starting to expand out again. I just got back from Tampa. I did a couple shows down in Tampa, and I go to Chicago in May, and I got a show down in Tennessee, in Linden, Tennessee, at the end of this month, and then I got to go to Utah in July. So I'm starting to expand out again.
Are you doing full band or just you and an acoustic?
Some of them are full band.
Okay.
You know, most of them out of town are acoustic right now.
Okay.
You know, the Tampa thing. The first time I went to Tampa a couple of weeks ago was acoustic. Now when I go back, I'm playing a place called Saltwater Hippie and another place called Cowboys.
Okay.
And those are going to be full band.
Okay.
So, but Brashers is full band. Tavern 144 is full band. And I got, you know, like I said, I got Louisville coming up pretty soon.
We're out in Louisville.
Actually, it's outside of Louisville. I think it's Warsaw, Kentucky. Up in there. I forget the name of the place. We just booked it, but it's full band. So, like I said, I'm starting to branch out. So
do you got a group of guys that's all that you got a band?
Yeah. Now when I do bars and I call full band, it's my power trio because I play lead and everything also. So it's just me and bass and drums.
Okay.
You know. Now if I'm doing a big show like I'm opening up for somebody or something, I'll bring in the other pieces and do a full country band.
Right.
You know, but for bar settings, I just do a power trio.
Yeah.
ZZ Top Country, baby.
Yeah, there
like
you go.
it.
We like that.
Like the Cadillac 3.
Yeah. Those are good buddies of mine.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Kelby, the dobro player in that
Yeah.
band, I went to college with him. I
Oh,
went
is
to
that right?
MTSU with him.
Okay. Oh, they're great, man.
Yeah.
They
That's
can
great.
be. Hey, I'll tell you what. Still, to this day, one of the things that impressed me most. Now they are a trio. They're a power trio, but. We talked a little bit earlier about the Cold Stairs before we started recording, man, and they used to be a two-piece, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Chris, the guitar player, man, he played his guitar through his regular guitar amp and a bass amp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he had an octave
and he had
pedal.
an octave
He'd hit that
pedal,
octave pedal on the choruses and just make it sound real big.
It was like
Yeah.
it sounded like it sounded like a 5-piece, you know.
Yeah.
And with him and Brian, but now they got a bass player
They do.
he's hardcore too, man.
Yep.
They're good. That's a talented band.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they play like in Europe a lot. Is
Yeah.
what they do.
Yeah, I hear they're blowing up over pretty
Yeah,
good.
they do. They do.
They
pretty
stay
good.
real busy, man.
Man, Brian Mullins is one of the best human beings that you'll ever meet in your life. He is a
Yeah, not only an amazing drummer, but an amazing
He's just
person.
an amazing
I
human
think
being.
I met him. There was when I left Nashvilleans and I was starting to get back out there, all I could really do was play bars, you know. And there was a pizza joint over in Henderson that was owned by, what's his name, Doug Hunter.
Okay.
He owns a place over here in Jacobsville now. Is that what it's called?
Jacobsville.
Over in
That's-
Evansville?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jacobsville. Yeah.
Yeah. But he owned that place there, and he would come out and watch me.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
know, that drummer and coach.
Yeah.
Because we had some mutual friends in the crowd, and they kept telling him about me. He'd come out and listen to me. He really liked me. And we kept talking about doing something, but we never did.
Yeah.
You know, everybody gets busy. You know.
Yeah. He's like I said, man. He
Seemed like a really nice guy.
Yeah, he's just one of them guys, man. It's like he treated my kid like he was his kid. They're like best buddies, man.
Yeah.
They're like, and he's good friends with him too. But his twin brother's the drummer, and so they spend a lot of time together, and they just become so close, man. That, but you know, it almost feels like he's family.
Yeah.
To
dude.
us, and
Yeah.
you know, and I wouldn't have never known him. Jimmy had known him from the music industry,
Yeah.
and
We met. We worked on an album together. Recorded it at Murray State.
Oh yeah.
Did kind of like pretty much a live recording, which was pretty cool. Yeah.
he's a banger drummer though, man.
Yeah,
That
he
dude
is.
is a banger.
I can't say I've ever heard him live.
Man,
you know?
he is a banger.
He's a beast.
But I hear
Yeah.
everybody says he's a beast. Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
He
It's
is.
so funny just too how like it seems like that a lot with drummers. Like you see these big beast drummers, and some of them are, but like he's just like this little unassuming guy, and then he gets on them drums, dude, and just goes full animal
Turns
mode, like
into
the
a
Muppet.
monster.
Remember the Muppet animal?
Yeah.
Like, dude, it's just awesome, man.
Yeah,
But man, that's cool, man. It sounds like I said, man. I'm definitely rooting for you, and we'll be listening. Tell the people how they can find your music, how they can listen to you, how they can get on the bandwagon, man, and support your future endeavors.
Yeah, well, I'm on all the streaming services, Spotify, and they've got a lot of those, by the way.
Oh, yeah, man.
I didn't realize that until I started releasing my own music, because when I was signed, other people dealt with it.
Right, sure.
I didn't know there was a Deezer and all this stuff. I was like, but anyway, I'm on all of those, and you can find my videos on YouTube, and I've got the TikTok going on. I've got Instagram going on. I've got like 2 Facebook pages, maybe even 3.
Yeah.
I don't know. It gets a little foggy.
It does get a little foggy. Talking about them streaming services, this is what we were talking about a while ago, where it's so different. It's like, because you can get, however many people listen to you on that, and what they give you pennies on that. You know what I mean? It's like so. It's like, man,
it's like 0.00094 or something like that per stream. You got, basically, if you get a million streams, they'll pay you like $4,000.
Yeah. That's a lot of
whatever
that's a
that
lot
math
of streams,
is.
right?
Yeah,
man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, hey, honey, got my Spotify check, $4.37.
Yeah.
And it's like these are songs that are bangers and that people listen to, man. Not everybody gets it. I'll go on a rant about the way they treat musicians. I hate it. I would gladly, if it was still the way that you had to do it, if for music I like, I would pay for, obviously it's not going to be CDs anymore, but I would pay for the album. I think that, I wouldn't want to create something and then just be expected to give it away. You know, it's not fair, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And then people think you're the weird one if you don't, want to give it away.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, man. So you're on all the streaming services, and then you play out live, and so anybody in the area, they can look you up. So where do you post your live shows at the most? Mostly on
Spotify. One of the other things I figured out is there's a site called Bands in Town, and I can list my shows on there and directly list it on Spotify.
All right. Right on.
And every now and again I'll post an updated list on my other socials, Instagram, Facebook stuff. So
and
cool, man.
You have your own website?
I do.
Okay.
All I've got to do is push the button.
I see.
And activate it.
Okay.
But I haven't done that yet because I'm been running wild. I've been running wild, and I want to get a certain amount of traction before I activate it, because I just don't want it sitting there doing nothing.
Yep. I get you.
So.
I get you.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's do this. Definitely, even if you do it after you leave, send me your schedule and we'll post it in the description of the video, and we'll definitely do that.
Yeah. And you can get in touch with me. I'm available for almost anything.
Bar mitzvahs,
funerals.
Here's I got to say this. I've been wanting to say this the whole time.
Births, conceptions.
I haven't had a good time, dude. Do you not love his hat?
Let me see the hat. What you got? Oh yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
So I noticed
I've
watched and seen this hat on his TikToks. I was like, oh man, he loves a hat. And then when you walked in with it, man. So I love Shenandoah, man.
Yeah,
that's a good old band, man. I love the what's his name, the singer
Marty.
Marty, yeah, man. That voice, dude.
Yeah,
remember that song he did with Alison Krauss and
he's good, man. He's a good dude too. I've met him.
Really?
Several times over the years.
He seems like he would be, man.
They got those crazy harmonies too, man. I think all those guys can sing, right?
Yeah, all good.
Man, them bands, like I said, those were bands that were they got big without.
Well, I don't want to say it, but at some point years ago, you had to have talent.
Yes.
Not taking anything away from new artists now, but like you actually had to be able to sing in tune, play your instrument, and prove yourself out on the road.
Not be auto-tuned and all that good stuff.
Yeah, Diamond Rio was another one. I mean,
man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dan, the keyboard player, he's a good buddy of mine. He was actually one of my bosses in my second pub deal for a while. He wound up leaving the company even before I did. But good dudes and very, very talented.
Oh, absolutely.
Which really Can I say pisses me off?
You
You can say whatever you want,
You
man.
It
can
really
say that.
pisses me off.
Yeah, man.
When they're so talented
I know.
and so nice. I
It's
mean,
not
you got,
fair.
You got to give me something, man. You got to give me something that,
At least
that
be
I
a
can
jer-
gripe about.
At least be a jerk.
Right? It's not fair.
You know, man, a lot of them. Well, I think that, I don't know. Well, here, I'll give you one. Zach Bryan. There you go. Zach Bryan. He's a jerk. He's super talented, but I've said this several times. He's going to want to beat me up if he ever meets me because I think he's a jerk, man.
I never met the man. I can't say.
I'm just
I want
saying
to clarify something. When I said a little bit ago I'm available for conceptions and stuff, I meant I'll play the music in the background for you.
Yeah.
Understood. I don't know.
I'm hoping that was understood, but yeah.
I think that my motto is always, if you're paying, I'm playing.
That's
Yeah.
right, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I got some news, though, real quick. Speaking of local stuff, man. Jimmy, are you excited? So let me first say this. We have found out recently, I found out very recently, that our very own Jimmy DeTalent will be playing the national anthem at this year's 911 Gives Hopes, Guns and Hoses.
Yeah.
And we're super excited about it. And Guns and Hoses has reached out, and we are partnering with them. Their logo's right here. Their number will be right here. And listen, I need you to comment on the video because I got 30 tickets to give away.
30.
Free
to
Guns and Hoses 2026. The event's coming up. You can look in the description for all the details. Comment on the video. We'll be giving those away random, but only to people who comment. And here's the comment. The comment has to be, I want to go to Guns and Hoses on the DeTalented podcast.
Specifically that.
Okay.
Okay.
I want to go to Guns and Hoses on the DeTalented podcast. That means on us, like we're footing the bill.
Oh, I see.
Okay. We're not going to be there. You're not going to be on the DeTalented podcast. But comment that in the comments, and we'll make sure that you get those tickets. I'll reach out to you. Don't believe nobody else. If it doesn't come, I won't be reaching out on YouTube or Facebook. I'll send you a private message on YouTube. So don't believe anybody else. Don't fall for no scams, man. Brother, it's been awesome having you, man. I'm super glad that you reached out on the TikTok.
Yeah. You kept popping up on my TikTok feed, and I was like,
Those
these guys
pesky
look-
old guys with beards.
Yeah, who
I'm
are
like,
these
these
old
guys
dudes?
look cool,
Idiots.
and then I clicked on it and saw that you were right here close. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, man.
I can be there in less than an hour.
I love it, man. I've enjoyed it, man. You're,
Yeah.
definitely go check him out. Like I said, I'll have everything in the description for you to go check out his music. Man, I wish we could have had him play live, but if any of you know anything about YouTube, they will copyright strike us, even if you play your own music, which is awful.
I was expecting everybody want me to play, Beer's Got Water and maybe
Oh,
the Yellowstone
man.
song. That's
Yeah.
what everybody.
I would, I would
I
absolutely.
wrote
love
that
it.
with Costner.
Yeah, I know, and I know we talked about it a little bit. And listen, man, we don't have any rules, so if we want to hit that real quick before we leave, let's do that. Tell us about that, man. Tell us about
okay.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Well, it's a song that I had written with Jack Williams and Troy Johnson. And it's a country song. So we didn't know what we were going to do with a country song. So it was a good song. But I was on fall break in Gulf Shores, Alabama with my family. And my company called me and said, Jack Williams, one of my co-writers, has been trying to get in touch with you. So I said, okay. So I had my phone up in the condo. So I went and got my phone. And Jack called, and he said, hey, Kevin really likes our song, and he wants to know if we'll switch some things around to make it fit this character in this new TV show he's doing called Yellowstone. And I said, sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. Kevin Costner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, he said he's going to send us over a script, and he wants to talk to us, and he's going to send over a script, let us read it, and we're just going to modify some things to make it fit this character. So we all did Zoom call, right, and finished it up. He loved it. Said it's his favorite song he's ever written. He recorded it. It was in association with the show. He did an album called Tales from Yellowstone and released it. It's got millions of streams. He sold 200,000 albums on it or something like that, and met him a few times. Me and the wife went and hung out with him when he was playing up in Nashville, Indiana.
Yeah.
Nashville, Indiana.
A few years
All
back.
right. Brown County.
Yeah. He gave me a shout out from the stage, which you can see on YouTube, by the way. You can see that on my YouTube.
I like
There you
that.
go. Check it out.
Yeah.
Check it out. Check it out. His YouTube.
It's a minute and 26 seconds into the Kevin
You
Costner
got it,
video.
Mark.
From
I love it. I love it.
Knows that timestamp. That goes right back to what I was talking about earlier, man. See what I'm saying? That's experiences that most people will, 99.9.
How many people can say?
And
they
he was
wrote
a cool
song with
cat.
Kevin Costner.
Yeah, he's a cool cat,
Yeah.
dude. I mean, we got together. We just basically talked about songwriting
Yeah.
and baseball.
Yeah.
You know.
If you build it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told him that. I told him the Reds, because I think that year the Reds were playing in the Field of Dreams game.
Okay.
I think, right? And I told him, the Reds are going to win the series this year, you know. To which he had a good chuckle. You know,
Who's he a fan of?
the Dodgers. He likes the Dodgers.
He likes the
That
Dodgers.
makes sense.
I was okay with the Dodgers,
Which
for a
I
little
found
while.
funny because he's from Oklahoma. You know?
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
I figured he'd be like
I didn't
a
know what he's
Texas
saying.
fan.
But you know, Don Mattingly's from
It's from
here,
here.
right?
Yeah. So for a while, Don Mattingly was with the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Now he's with the Blue Jays, I think. So
I think.
you know, I'm not usually the kind of guy that's a fan just because of like one person, but I do like Donnie baseball, man. I will kind of follow him.
Yeah, I always
can you
liked
not?
him.
Yeah, man,
How
he's
can you not?
awesome.
Yeah.
He is. Well, man, that like I said, man, it's been awesome talking to you. And like I said, don't let this be your only experience with Scott Lindsey. Go check him out on his YouTube, his Facebook, whichever Facebook account you find his.
my main one has I've got Scott Lindsey Music, which I just opened last year. It's got like 2,000 followers now, but my main one has almost 10,000 followers. So
Okay.
you can go and you can go on there. So
Go
they all-
on- go
They all
on
got
both.
the blue check marks. So,
Go
okay.
on both.
Yeah.
You know what I said? We don't even have blue check marks. I'm a
Yeah.
cheapskate, man. You got to pay
I'm,
for that.
gotta
I'm
pay
thinking
for that,
about.
right?
I've got like 6 of them out there, 5 or 6 of them. I'm thinking about letting a couple of them go.
Man, goodness.
I
Wonder if
mean,
you can
it's
give away a
expensive.
check mark.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
It
man,
adds up,
everything's
right?
expensive,
Yeah.
man.
It adds
It's
up.
all crazy. But so don't forget, go check him out, all his socials. Check him out on YouTube. Check him out on Spotify. Listen to his music. Let's get him at least 1 million streams. Get him
that'd
$4
be-
grand.
That'd be sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, man, at least.
Absolutely. And then don't forget, comment, I want to go to Guns N' Hoses on the DeTalented podcast to win your tickets to this year's 911 Gives Hopes. 911 Gives Hope, not hopes. Guns versus Hoses. And I believe next week, is it next week?
Mm-hmm.
We've got actually a couple of fighters
We do.
from there coming on the show. So you don't want to miss that. As always, it's been good. It's been fun. It's been good fun.
I like
Yeah.
that.
And like always, Jimmy, tell them bye.
Well, bye.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, thanks for coming, man. Seriously.
Absolutely, man.
It's been great.
It's been amazing.